Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Friday, the 4th of October, and I'm your host, Shozen, and with me today is my co-host, Bogul. How are you doing today, Bogul? Are you excited?
I'm in a mood.
You're in a mood. Oh, Bogul is in a mood. Guys, it's
How are
it's
you?
gonna be interesting. I'm doing okay. I am reading chat today, as I feel like today is gonna be a different kind of day. Oh no, we're not gonna do that duel. Thank you. It's gonna be one of those interact with the audience days. Yeah,
We haven't had one of these for a while, did we?
No. We usually do these when there is what, Bogle? Pretty much
No content,
no
or-
news.
Oh.
We have the same things that we've been talking about all day. I mean, all week.
Uh-huh.
We could talk about those again, Bogle. We could do that. We could
Yeah.
say, hey, did you guys know that Money Guild is number 2 now? Do you guys know this? Are you aware?
That the season is over. Huh? I mean,
yeah.
in terms of
Well,
competition.
it does feel that for a lot of people, as we have gotten a very well written, very polite, statement by Derek, saying that he's not going to try for season points, and that's really not what it's ever been about. Yes, he would have liked to have won. Yes, he would like that 3rd gem, but that's not what it's about, and he's not going to get heartbroken over not getting it. Good job to all of you guys who broke his back by challenging him every day in and every day out with your 25,000 man alliance. And
I was getting so excited for that struggle for that fight in the last weeks of the season. The competition, who can do it, who can squeeze out the last 1,000 points here and there. But no, it's video games, is it? Yeah, I had a bad day. Let's just call it a day. Something like this. I feel like I'm like, oh well. And the other thing, the reason why I'm in a mood chosen today is because yesterday on this very show I promised people that we might have something exciting today, but we don't. It got moved to Monday. So I'm like,
no. Yes. We've been expecting this for a while, but I'm not heartbroken over it. I'm hoping that Elsa will get to put extra time into making it a fantastic dev talk and putting all the extra bells and whistles. Maybe glowing hands for Robin, so they make that. Have you ever been to one of those raves where the guy has the lights and he's spinning them around in the air and stuff like that? Maybe Elsa could do that with Robin's hand, so it makes those light effects. That'd be kind of cool. I mean,
funny.
just if you have a little bit of extra time, over the weekend, Elsa, if you're listening, I'm thinking light effects. Maybe laser beams, explosions.
So what did you just mention? Dev talk?
Yeah, dev talk.
Robin?
So yeah, we've been expecting a talk on. I'm going to spoil it. I believe I've already spoiled it before. We're going to do it again. It's on the map. We're going to hear about the map, guys. Upcoming content update. Queen is going to have a new map, a new Outlands, if you will. And I'm super looking forward to it. We've all been waiting for it, and Robin spent a good bit of time explaining to Elsa on camera the other day how this new map was going to work, and Elsa is now editing it to make it a super concise and non-repetitive video of explaining how the map works. And that's never easy. You've got to hide those cuts, get the right footage for it, put the laser beams in.
True. And how do we know this? Of course, because Robin Hankes posted on Twitter that he said a new dev talk is incoming next week. This time I brought it in the most British sounding German I could find to talk Queen update.
So he
New
found
Outlands.
our ex-guildmate Substance D, who basically sounds like he has an Oxfordian accent. It's pretty...
Yeah, but we sort of hoped that would have been something we can show off today and talk about it today and just spend the whole weekend going over but what about this? How about we figure out these 15 problems with this whole thing and just be internet people and go like, this is... But no, it has to wait until next week.
Yeah, we were making jokes that it was going to get released right before the show, and we were going to have to watch it live on the show, and it would be like a reaction video. And I'm like, no way, I can't do a reaction video with the new map. What if it's not good? I don't want anybody to see me like my real reactions. No way. I have to keep myself as that
But
company.
why would it not be good?
No, I believe that it will be good. I believe that it will be. Everything I've heard, everything that I've seen, which I haven't seen other things than you guys. I haven't seen any special pictures. I've heard good things, but when you hear stories just like I'm telling you, without pretty pictures and without explaining it to you with fancy graphs, it's not really anything besides my opinion and just words. And until you see it, it's just words. And that's the thing, guys. On Monday, we're gonna see the new map, Bogul. Like,
that's the hope, right?
yeah, I hope we're going to see it. And
I wasn't as specific. I said next week, but if you want to put it on Monday, then I have something to look forward to on Monday.
Maybe it isn't Monday.
Because on Monday we were supposed to talk about this week, right? So look back and then it would be overlapping with our show plan.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Somebody's asking, how have I not seen it yet? I've seen the same things that everybody else has. There's pictures out there of stuff in the maps. I've seen that. I haven't seen anything else other than that is out there and available for the public. If you go out there, you can see some tiles that have been changed and new styles for tiles on how they're going to make each tile be more designed for ZVZ with choke points and more designed rather than just bloop, 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 like somebody taking an eyedropper and items from a list and just plopping them down randomly.
Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of copy pasta outlines. But we actually have official things chosen. There are some things that are worthy of the news section. We sort of drifted away, but there are two things that we have to mention because
they're news.
True. So first, because both of these things kind of sort of tied together. About 5 hours ago, Prince Caspian posted on the feedback test server forums that the Percival patch 7 is in testing with a few specific changes. One of them is the adjustments to the in-game silver sinks. And if you follow that link, you will just see the announcement made by Altharion that we talked about at length yesterday, with, however, a slight update. If you want to follow that link, there has been a little edit made today, specifically about two changes.
You're on the silver sink.
Yes, I wanted to get that out of the way first because it's fairly minor. Before we can talk about the test server patch. So you can see it in red there. They are changing the how repair costs are going to be scaled specifically. They will double the repair cost, but keeping the damage your gear takes when you get knocked down the same, if I understand this right? So, meaning that for PvE knockdowns, what mostly affects new players and which was a big part of the criticism, that shouldn't change anything as to how it is now.
Yeah.
The impact that this will have is specifically for gear that you loot in PvP encounters.
Bogul, I think you read the wrong. You read the red thing down here, the 100% on knockdown. Yeah. Okay. So what they've done is they've doubled the cost of repair, but they've halved the amount of damage to your items that's done on knockdown. So what that does is it makes the repair cost of getting knocked down the same. Now, the way that it's written here, if you don't read the first part, it's a little convoluted and it can be confusing. So what happens is all repair costs across the board have been doubled. They are 100% more than they were. That is up from the proposed 50%. However, when you are knocked down, not killed, because when you're killed, there is a different damage scale that's done. When you're knocked down, this is to help lower level players who tend to get knocked down in PvE and PvP and yellow zones. And the idea is to keep their repair costs per death the same, okay, as it is now, while impacting players who do PvP and get a lot of their loot through killing players, either in GVGs or through ZVZs, having that cost double. So as we were talking about the other day, this is a tax on the wealthy. This is a wealth tax 100%. The idea is to keep this the same. We're trying to lower. We're not lowering the taxes on the lower classes, and we are never ever just going to give them things. That's not the way our world works. There are no trophies for showing up. We're not that socialist. We are simply like anti-rich people socialist. I don't know what that is. Is that democratic socialism? I think it is. You guys would know over in Europe. Somebody explain that one to me.
And they sort of cut out the 50% increase to the re-rolling that they proposed, because they are worried that, as you mentioned on the show as well, that this would turn a silver sync into a non-silver sync, because re-rolling would be just too expensive, and then even fewer people would do it.
But before we go to this, because there's a couple other things we'd like to talk about on this subject, we actually went onto the test server and did some testing of our own, and took some 8.3, some Judicator helm, and took an 8.3 Judicator helm to see how much it would cost me to repair it, right? And even if you like really, really damage the crap out of it, it still costs about half of what it is to buy it on the auction house. So it's not as is the raffle not working? It's not as much as, say, you're in a situation where Funstealer was concerned just a moment ago that there would be some items that will just be cheaper to rebuy. Yes, very, very low items at the crossroads might be, because you can buy them way under cost. Items that are way under cost, yes, they might be easier to rebuy.
But that's
than
like, what are you talking about, like tier 3?
Yeah, like something that's really overstocked. It would have to be something that people are making.
Tier 3, tier 4.
Yeah, something that somebody is making at a loss. Like, it has to be something that's at a loss that you could buy cheaper than making it even. Then it'll be cheaper to like buy it than repair it. But right now, everything we tested, because we tested a bunch of different levels, and none of it worked out to where you were doing in like 80% of what it cost on the auction house.
I mean, Judicator is kind of a weird example, but the repair costs is a weird beast. I don't think we need to talk about it too much more, other than it didn't seem super harsh, and honestly, I don't know if these changes were already on that. But yeah, some of we tested it to see if some of the hype is real, and it's a little bit blown out of proportions, but apparently still a crowd pleaser to change that back. But yeah, these two changes were added to the announcement. There is still some ongoing feedback in that thread if you have opinions. So you can go look at that. I will link it here in Twitch chat as well, so you can read it yourself if you hadn't seen that yet. There we go. And that is the first official part. And the second one is the test server patch notes that are mostly the things that we already saw on the NDA balance thread by Retroman.
Some of it's some big changes. Like they
were announced already, but now they're making it for planned, I think, Wednesday into the game.
Well,
so now we can talk about them.
Some of them are things we've never talked about them yet. But like one I want to go out and talk about right away is the changes to Cataclysm on the Damnation staff, because we've talked about the proposed change earlier, and now these are the new changes, which are completely different again. And it's going to be interesting to see how this works as a non-stacking dot. I don't know how I feel about the non-stacking nature of this, because yeah,
I mean, you have to explain what happened for people who
Okay,
don't know
so
what.
Damnation has been used as a bomb squad type staff. What people were doing, they were going in with this very large area of effect weapon that had a very easy setup that you could go in and hit a good chunk of the screen. Like I almost felt like a quarter of the screen, maybe not quite, maybe a fifth. But you could. It went to the bubble that this thing encapsulated. This spell is from the end of your range to you as a circle. That's
That's
big.
that's the biggest one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like in
that's
game.
big. And I believe it has an 11-meter range. Just
Hmm.
it's big.
Okay.
And so what it was doing was it had an effect that lowers your resistances and hits you for damage. And by itself, it's not a big deal, except for it's so big that it hits a lot of people at once. And then it has the what do we call it? The ZVZ buff or debuff. Like I don't even know how to explain. When you hit a lot of guys with one weapon or one
Yeah,
spell at once,
the AOE scaling
the
that
AOE
happens when
scaling
you last.
causes the
Yeah.
damage. It makes the damage go up. And so if you
Mhm.
hit a ZVZ and hit 30 people with this thing, it does a lot more damage. And if 5 people do it at once, it can just obliterate a large group of people.
Mhm.
And it was, I mean, I've seen it used and I have mixed feelings on it. I actually think that it was nice to see something new come in, but I do agree that it has a very easy setup compared to like Brimstone or something. It also has a very large effect, so you can wipe out huge, massive numbers of people by overlapping these. But I would like to see, and this is just me, once again, junior game dev, like to see this dot stack, so that if somebody actually wants to make a bomb squad of dots, they could still do it, and then you'd have to oh no, respond by cleansing.
Yeah. So what they did is they changed this whole thing to a now damage over time effect, which can't be stacked, but it deals magic damage every 0.5 seconds for 2.5, and has a damage per tick amount, and cannot be reflected. So that's the change to Cataclysm for the cursed staffs. They also have some general changes that might be overlooked with this. Constructing, upgrading, and repairing a building is now 2 times faster, thank God. Transmutation of resources is now 4 times faster.
Mm-hmm.
And resources and critters in safe zones, tier 2 to tier 4, now take twice as long to respawn. So a few comments there. First, building stuff takes way too long. I have like hours upon hours of building stupid houses, and it's good that something is done there. Transmutation has been a thing where people have been. It's in the past these timers, just locking a character, watching a green bar go up, has been a gripe, and in the past, and people had been complaining, and it had been fixed and reduced many times in the past. And I think transmutation was one of these that was overlooked. So it's good that this is adjusted as well. And the resources and critters spawning thing was, I think, an adjustment when free to play was released.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they might just be dialing it down back to quote unquote normal rates. I forgot the exact scaling there, but it's as sort of as in the past. Yeah. And then we have the nature stuff changes, with the thorns getting a little bit of a buff because apparently it's not strong enough.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
The cooldown got reduced, the cast time got reduced, the stand time is now 0, so you can cast it while running around.
Which I think is more in line
with nature,
Yeah.
And they reduced the heal value on the emergency heal of the Guardian helmet.
They just brought that up.
Well, apparently it was an alternative for the Graveguard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people started using the Guardian instead of the Graveguard.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still too strong because it also goes with the EOE clans, I think, that people aren't happy about. Why not? And of course, one big one, the motivating pain, the Quario work boots, now only triggered by enemy damage, and allied damage no longer triggers the skill. The reason for that change is because you have the self-immolation from the Spectre jacket, I think, and then if you combine that with the axe, then you can just basically immolate, take damage, and your boots charge up to a ridiculous amount of
high,
speed.
yeah.
And then you just zip after people mounted and demount them while you have like I don't know, 1,000,000% speed. And that made a bunch of gatherers very unhappy because there's no real way to defend against this, I think. So yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm glad I never had to encounter that. That would kind of I almost find it like the ingenuity of it I like, and if this wasn't an MMO, I would think that's a cool like combination. But since this is against players and it's supposed to be somewhat fair, I kind of feel like that would just be a.
Yeah, it had been in the game for forever now. So, but only recently it's become more prominent. I know people have been complaining about this for a long time, but finally it got squished. And then there's a bunch of fixes, but I don't think any super major ones. Right?
Well, they groomed the Yule Stag mount, giving it improved head effects.
Well, you of course you picked the one that's the least important, I guess. All right, okay. So
Is that least important? It has improved head effects, guys.
What are head effects? If
I don't know. That's what I want to know. But they're improved. They're better than they were. The effects of its head are improved.
I think it has candles on top of the what's the word, antler. So maybe that looks better or something. Okay, yeah. So this patch with these changes that look minor, but I think are actually pretty significant, are scheduled to go live on Wednesday with the patch day. So we can talk about this again on Wednesday next week.
Well, let's try to do a little, not as long, because we are already down to the last 8 minutes of our show, Bogul, and it is Friday. And that means it's effing Chat Friday.
We have other content for today?
Yeah, we have to effing chat.
What is there to say to pay respects to say goodbye to spam chat for? What is there?
Okay, so earlier in the week, and this was super exciting, and I think this might have been the most exciting fight that anybody's seen in a really long time. We have all been kind of like hyping it up, and it's been hyped up for a while. We had McDonald's versus KFC in a home plot fight, and that was what? But now that's over. The restaurant wars are over. KFC won, then got snaked. They lost their special recipe, and they lost the home plot as well. But they took it from McDonald's first, and yeah. So oh my gosh, it's like Taco Bell just came in at the end. Sabotage. I really want to allow that because it's funny, but no.
The way you built this up,
yeah,
I thought you kind of were going into the Money Guild versus June thing.
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be, Bogle. That's called leading people on.
Well, you succeeded there.
Good, because here's the thing. Yeah, the Money Guild versus Daddy, or Oops versus Daddy, I should say. Oops versus Big Daddy is not over right now.
What?
If we look at the leaderboard,
it's
not over. It's not over. Just because Money Guild is number 2 does not mean that the fight is over. Now, Money Guild is way, way behind in points, and it's not
they get like 0 points since.
Yeah, they're not fighting for points anymore. They're fighting for content, and they're going to be the number 1 content guild of the season. Because last night, while most guilds were just hanging out doing nothing, you know what Money Guild was doing? They had content. Minecraft? They were defending Martlock. That's what they were doing. While other guilds were in their beds at home, sleeping, Money Guild was out in the streets defending Martlock from the evil invaders of June, and they lost. So
they were playing
So F in chat to Money Guild's Monopoly, which they lost already. So that's it. They no longer had it. So they
I have a
lost.
question,
Yeah.
Chosen.
Yes.
So if you look at the daily points gain, right, for June,
Oof. Oof. Yes.
that's like what? How many? 40K?
Something like that. We'd have to look at the chart.
All right, let's say 30K just to make it simple, right? Um, and then you look at the third place Black Order with 151,
Uh huh.
and then you assume 30K times 10 days, that's 300K. So if Black Order can make a lot of friends very fast, they could get into second place if they wanted to.
Well, from true. Hmm. Well, here's the thing: is I think that Oops, from what I heard, is going to start spreading its points around, which I think is great. And I
Ah.
wish that everybody would do that. But when you look at this, it looks like Daddy already did a bunch of spreading around, or everybody in Daddy already had a ton of points when they joined. I don't know which one, because I've heard a rumor, Bogle. The only good guilds joined Daddy. That's why they're ahead. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But no, F in chat for money guilds. They're no longer. They were gonna obviously win. They were way ahead. When we came into this, it was like 2 weeks ago. Even people were saying money guild is way ahead, and they were gonna take it. And then the Big Daddy Alliance was formed, and they took money guild to the woodshed and spanked the crap out of them. And now they cry foul and say that 7,000 players is mean and that it's not fair because they're outnumbered.
But it's not even. Money Guild has the retry has 4,500.
I know, Bogle. It's hypocrisy. But we always do this. Whenever we lose, we always look to have some sort of excuse. But I will say, they didn't offer a lot of excuses. They said, we tried, we lost, we're going to go out, we're going to have fun, and now we're just trying to goof around and, make fun of them a little bit because, they were in first place and now they're in second. And I would do it to anyone else who was in the same situation. I do wish Money Guild would stick around and try to keep fighting for it. I thought it was going to be much more competitive than it ended up being. But the numbers, I got to agree, the numbers were just too much. I watched a bunch of the fights, and numbers do matter in this game. I'm really looking forward to two things. The upcoming Smart Cluster Queue and the battle fatigue or battle confusion or whatever they're going to end up calling it in the end. But I think that'll be an interesting change to making this more about the quality of the players on the field than the numbers. So even that said, we know that the quality of players that Daddy was bringing to the battlefield were good. So maybe if they, yeah.
Wow. Chad, I think we need to find a way to make Shozen stop saying this. He's a. I can't wait for this alliance to be done and dusted with the end of the season, because that's what's supposed to happen, right? Daddy is going to go get cigarettes and not come back.
Yeah, that's that would be awesome if Daddy went and bought some cigarettes and was just destroyed. I think that it's going to be reformed into whatever they become next. I'm looking for a screenshot that I received the other day because somebody's saying that they heard that the reason that Daddy lost this has very, very little to do with
Daddy?
Daddy.
You mean Oops?
Daddy. Yeah, the reason that Oops lost this has nothing to do with actually Daddy's, merger, and everything to do with Oops's own acquisitions. Let me just see if I can find this screenshot real quick.
Oh, because of
Yeah.
I remember. I think you showed it on stream.
Yeah. I don't want to bury it until I get that out there. Let me just see who was it who sent it. Yeah, this is the one. Let me just see if I can't pull this up. Yeah, if you notice, June before Sorab joined Money Guild was going downhill. We all saw the proof. June was losing to Money Guild. Money Guild had adopted a new strategy. Cargera was on swords. He's no longer taking. Money Guild had found a non-tanking build that they were using to dominate June. Sorab joins Money Guild. June wins season.
That's easy. We don't need any speculation. We can just put it on one simple explanation.
And that's from Derek himself. And I have it on good authority that that's real. Because I also, where's my image of, I have another one where Sorab actually responds to this. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. I lost my images. Whoever sent that to me, send it to me again.
Oh well. Oh well. I think we have one clip to show at the end of the show because we need to pay respects to a few gankers and give a shout out to a good friend of ours before we end the show with this clip.
Okay, I found my images. I'm just sharing the images. F in chat to Sorab being allowed in Oops next week because I think he's gonna need to be back in Shelty. Oh. I guess F in chat to the filth as well. The layer of grime. Congratulations. No, those guys took it really well. Congratulations to them for putting up such a great effort against such an enormous force. I really hope they stick around and do their thing and actually make this a content-filled end of season. I don't really care who wins. But we do have to play that video. Bogul, do we have a link in that chat already? Do we have it in our notes? Tell me we do. Okay, cool. Now tell me I didn't close our notes. Yeah, there they are. So, Bogul, do you want to tell the people what we're seeing here as I put this up?
No.
Should I put Lupak's voice on?
I don't know. I think he says bad words.
Does he say anything that he's going to get in trouble for, or just bad words?
One that I can remotely trust. Hello.
What's
this?
Nah, we can play him.
That looks like a ganker. Yeah, this looks like portal gankers, mate. This looks like
this music though.
Amazing. Oh, amazing.
It's like porn music.
Oh my god, lads. This is beautiful, lads. This is so fucking beautiful right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is... Oh my goodness, what about you, son? What about you, son? Do you still want it? You still fucking want it, son? You still want it, son, do you? Mate, this guy's just shell-shocked. He doesn't even know what happened. Mate, this guy doesn't even know what just happened. This guy was all...
Oh, the pog log. That's pretty good. All right, and on that note, you guys can check us Monday through Friday right here on Albion TV / Albion Online, and let's see, SoundCloud.com / Albion TV, YouTube.com / Albion TV, and then on Tuesday through Thursday, like we're here again, right? We just stick around for a very long time, right through the Crystal GVGs and the EU time slot GVGs, right? That's what we're here for. And we cast those live for you. That's pretty good. That's good stuff. And that's, again, Tuesday through Thursday. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I think, oh, crap. You know what we got to do for all these guys who are here? I barely pulled any raffles at all. Let's pull some raffles. What do you guys think? Who wants some raffles? I'm going to pull like 5 raffles. So, guys, get in the raffle.
What?
Really quick. Get in the raffle.
Cool. How do I... Exclamation mark. Okay. All right. Let's see who wins. Good luck.
Funky Dango, you already won a raffle. You need to message me, man. And if anybody who gets this, I'm going to be going here. We're not going to be doing an overtime today. We kind of chatted with you guys enough. On Fridays, I like to get out of here a little early. I'm going to go do some ZVZs with the boys. I spent all this money on tomes. And, yeah, so... Right? Gotta go use it.
Does that mean if I log in now, I can find Shozen on the battlefield?
In about 5 minutes, because I'm gonna go make some fresh coffee, and then I'm gonna go log in on my other account, and I'm gonna log out of the Shozen one and log into Shozen. And yes, you will be seeing me on the battlefield. Please do focus me. I am a tank, and I appreciate the focus fire. Please do. Please do. All right, here we go. Biggs Monder. Biggs Monder. You have won the raffle, Biggs Monder. You have won the raffle, Biggs Monder. Make the world better. Make the world better. A repeat winner. Make the world better. You have won the raffle. I am a Nathan. I am a Nathan. I think that's what it is. I am a Nathan. Right?
Can you do one more for me?
Yeah, one more raffle.
I can win.
Modi Corno. Modi Corn. Am I going to get in trouble for saying that, guys? What the hell was that nonsense? All right, one more raffle. One more raffle.
What? One more chance?
One more chance. One more chance. Governor. Governor written funny. Governor written funny. Oh, Gunner? Oh, Gunner or Governor, who cares? It's written funny. Use real letters. People won't spell your name wrong or say it wrong or whatever. Use the actual words the way they're supposed to be written. Like, seriously. No, don't message me in the chat. Message me in a whisper. Gosh, how hard is this? There you go, chums. Wait, I didn't message you. You didn't win. Oh, we've got another clip. All right, I thank you for the clip. I will be showing. I will add this to the clip. You know, heck, whatever. We'll just put it up. We'll throw up a clip as we're going out. No audio on this one though. Oh my. Oh my, this guy's coming up on quite a stack of dudes. Come on. Brutal. Oh, they're all T4. That's not even worth the kills. Get him. Don't let him get away with that T4 gear. All right. Who else is in the raffle? Anybody else in the raffle? Is there any more raffles to pull, Bogul?
I don't think so. I think we have to say goodbye for today and do more of this on Monday. Yes?
Yeah, we'll do more. We'll do some more.
Okay. What? Okay. Well,
you know what? Heck, one more
I'm
raffle.
out.
One more raffle. One more raffle. Okay, this is hilarious because guess what? This guy isn't going to win the raffle. I'm going to tell everybody who won the raffle. He's going to have the same option as everybody else that had a raffle. Everybody else had a raffle. You know, this guy has won 2 times. Once in the yesterday, he won a 1750. Didn't claim it. Didn't pick it up. 2 days ago, won a 750. Didn't claim it. Didn't pick it up. Today, if he messages me today, he will get 3750. WXG, WXM. If you are actually not a bot and can actually follow through. Oh, fuck. There he is. Shit. All right. Well, there you go. That's what happens. The luck just built up for this guy. All right. You get it. You get it. You got to whisper me, though. I'm not whispering any of you. You'll have to whisper me, and I will hit you up sometime before Monday with a gold code. Probably today. Probably this afternoon. All right. Thank you guys again for tuning in. It's a pleasure doing this for you guys. You're all great, and stay super classy, Albion.